I got my... Oh, hey, look at that. Look at that little guy. That is beautiful.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get the arm off. I want to replace the arm with it has one that has the spike, the data spike.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got to get a Bodiger.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. That looked pretty. You can see my eyes. Fix the stash.
Yeah.
Okay. Oof, oof. In 3, 2, 1. Season 10 Mad Men movies, which means Harvey Keitel is going to have to come on this year. I declare it. I'm going to call him. I'm going to call somebody who can call somebody who can call somebody. But what do you think? 2026, Harvey Keitel?
If we can get Harvey Keitel on in 2026, I promise I won't ask about Eyes Wide Shut.
That's a lie, and you know it, but you're going to lie.
I'll be thinking it the whole time. I'll be holding a very normal conversation and like, oh, so let's talk about the piano. And meanwhile, it's like, did you do it?
How about we get Henrietta, his illegitimate sister from another mother, who was in a movie with Dennis Hopper back in '85, but it was like straight to video, so nobody saw it.
I thought this was a bit. This is real.
No, it's completely a bit. I'm just making that up.
Oh, because I texted you yesterday. I was watching People versus Larry Flint, and I'm like, who is this guy playing Woody Harrelson's brother? And it's like, it's Woody Harrelson's brother.
Sometimes it just works that way. We'll talk about some relatives and whatnot in some movies that have happened recently because there's so much new stuff to talk about, old stuff to talk about. We talked about old stuff last time.
Yeah, we did.
Season 10. We're only going to be nice. No. Okay.
No.
How about I try? I thought I'd pull the audience.
Especially with the state of things. Although I will say, Netflix has gone from like a 17-day theatrical window to now they're saying 45 days for Warner Brothers movies. And it's like, well, that's better. It's almost a whole other month. I mean, meanwhile, like Paramount is just like trying to strong arm. Like, we're going to sue because you won't let us buy you.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why do you want to buy them so bad? Let's take a look at what they've done over at CBS.
Seems strange what they be working on over there, but I, unlike you, will go into this year with a positive note because I knew that January means my favorite month of the movie year, baby, and I'm already off to a great start.
The fact that January is your favorite movie month really just kind of says where you are with movies, and you know what? I can't hate on you for it because I recently posted on Facebook that I could defend Highlander 2 as being a misunderstood masterpiece. It was a little tongue in cheek, but I think I could if I had to. And I want to declare 2026 season 10. This is the year that we've been dancing around it, I think, for 9 seasons, and let's just admit it. They've heard us talk about canon films.
Sure.
They've heard us talk about all the crap that was played on Channel 21 as kids.
Hell yes. Yes, indeed. Chuck Norris and all that.
Yeah. This is, I think we're going to just admit what we are. And we are lovers of trash movies. And I think there's a lot of pluses in trash movies. I think there's a lot that we're missing because I don't think they're decent B films anymore.
It's hard to find a decent B film.
And we need some good B films. We need to just like, hey, you know what? Wild Things is awesome. We're not going to pretend it's not, and that's how things are. So if you like trash movies and not in an ironic way, but it's just like, hey, you know what? I want to watch Cyborg again. You know what? The Matt Movies is for you.
Yep. Let's talk about our bona fides in this area, but I do want to
anything
first
canon.
Anything can. Well, I'm going to tell you mine, and you're going to go, oh, okay, and you're going to give me yours.
Okay.
But mine, my bona fides is I went to Dallas one time on a vacay of sorts, and spent some of my time at Texas Theater watching Invasion USA. Chuck Norris.
I was supposed to go to that, and I can't remember what happened, but I couldn't make it. And I felt really bad because it was on 35 too. Right?
It was magnificent. God. Oh man!
You heard the story about you heard the story about blowing up the town, right?
Oh yeah. Oh. Tell the story though. I love this story. Get it?
Well, they found that this town was set to be demolished. And they said, well, can we just blow it up for our movie? And they're like, yeah, sure. I think they ended up putting it in like 2 or 3 different movies.
Yeah. Oh, it's great footage.
Yeah, it's great.
What would be your what's your random, I went to the movies. I know you don't fly out to places to do that like this idiot does, but I mean, to be clear, because I also flew out to LA to see a Jackie Chan double feature on a Monday night. So
I was at the world premieres for both the first Jackass movie at the ArcLight and Freddy versus Jason at the ArcLight. I don't know how I ended up at either of those, but I was on like the red carpet. I don't know how.
That is amazing. I thought you were about to say Freddy got fingered, and then I got a little bit more excited.
It's taken me a long time to actually come to grips with the fact that that is a misunderstood masterpiece.
It is glorious.
And I think Red Letter Media, they really cracked it when they said, no, this is him making fun of the fact that someone would give him millions of dollars to make a movie.
Insane.
But I will say... I haven't let my girls watch it, but I did show them the opening rumors, like, make your daddy proud. Make you so proud. Proud. And then he drives off, get the fuck out of the way. Just screams it. And it's become one of these things that anytime my oldest does something, it's like, you made me proud. I'll send her that scene. And she'll send me the gifts back of like the proud.
That's fantastic. You know, as we've
R.I.P. Mr. Taylor.
For sure. As we've been talking about
Taylor,
that.
Rip Torn.
I knew what you're talking about. People knew what you're talking about.
Rip Taylor's a totally different person.
As much as I did my nerd film time, the cinema time, as I call it, that I spent a lot of time watching that. You know, honestly, at the end of the day, it was really just classic trash movies that were my favorites. Because, I mean, you know, Holy Mountain was one. That's a trash movie, and it's a wonderful trash movie, but it's all time.
Okay, is it a trash movie, or is it just like I don't know, because like I can definitely see that, you know, there's artistic merit to it. Like he is trying to say something, or is he just saying it in the trashiest way possible? I think that Chuck Norris was definitely saying something in Invasion USA too. It's just different messages. I mean, his is USA, but that's still a message. Right, but like one is like, for me, trash cinema is like, it's like a pulp novel where it's like not quite pornography, but you're most of the way there. Like even if it's pornography of violence, right?
You know it when you see it.
Right. and I don't think Holy Mountain is that. Like I think he would defend that as an artistic expression and how it's not trash. But like,
well, Jodorowsky sure would defend it as not trash.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. But you know, you're not going to have Golan and Globus say, you know, that Cyborg meant something. Not really.
I don't know. I believe it meant something.
Actually, it might have to Albert. Was it Pin?
Nailed it.
Dude, that guy. I just watched Alien from L.A.
God, yes.
Man, that guy. He had a visual style. Like, I don't know if he's king of the B movies or if that's Jim Wynorski. But, like, man, I don't think anyone besides Albert could have done more with less. You know, like we lost someone special.
Did this conversation start because I watched Maniac Cop 2 on Criterion the other day? Is that what kicked this all off?
No, I've been actually thinking about this for a while, but I will say I think it's funny that you watch Maniac Cop 2 because as much as I like it, it's not as good as the first. I think that is. Go ahead.
I was going to say, but they had a little bit more budget, so the fun explosions are a little bit more than the first.
Yeah, but that's also like they got rid of Bruce Campbell like first thing in the movie, right?
It was sad, yeah.
Because he's like, yeah, I'm not doing this one.
But in retrospect, like it's like, again, you know, these kind of movies are also so much fun. Like, you can't be too serious, and maybe that's why Holy Mountain can't be this, because, yeah, maybe that's the part of Holy Mountain. It is supposed to be taken seriously in a way, even though a lot of the elements are trash elements.
If I can imagine it as a pulp, like a small pulp novel on a spinner rack, it's trash cinema, right? And I don't see that with Holy Mountain.
May I introduce you to a whole section on stars that includes black cinema? That is exactly your pulp novel kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't watch those. I mean, like, some of the... I do love a good hip-hop movie, but a lot of those I just don't watch anymore because they have started cranking those out like Hallmark movies. And It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and I think that's also what differentiates old trash cinema from stuff now is the fact that there was more of an effort behind it. Again, like Albert Pune, I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. He was making the best movie he could with what he had, you know? And there's something about, when you see a B movie from the 70s and 80s and 90s, it still felt like a movie.
Right.
And now they feel like, video projects. Like, I don't know what the difference is, but it's upsetting.
Yeah, no, I see that. I mean, it's anything from the little technology to also setting up a shot. Like, those guys back then, even if it was trash, they all understood how to set up a shot and how it's supposed to look and all those kind of things. And you have an understanding of that where I don't think that people have that now.
I'm actually going to say a lot of it has to do with... it's different from like Alien from LA, where like everything's like they're multicolored lights for like every shot.
Right.
Like you watch something like Cyborg, and you can tell a lot of that lighting is natural, if not minimal. And they're not doing like, huge light setups for, a scene around a dinner table. Although I don't think there are no dinner table scenes in Cyborg. But I think one of the issues now is that people are overlighting their movies, and somehow it's actually making them look cheaper.
Yeah, that's freaking true. Yeah, I don't understand how people don't see that with your eye. It's all like I gotta imagine that people have that inherent ability, because not to be arrogant or anything, but like I see that, like that's just inherent in me. Like, how do eyes not see that?
Every filmmaking book, right? It's like, here's the rules. First of all, don't frame stuff in the center. Frame it on the third. Right. And these are your shots, and this is how you light things. Here's your key light. Here's your fill. Here's your backlight. And when you take a look at behind the scenes for some of the biggest movies and most important movies ever made, they're not lit like that.
Right.
Like at all. Like I actually just saw a behind the scenes this morning from Casino Royale. The shot at the end when he's finally in the suit and the theme plays and the camera's, looking up at him. There are no lights. They have a scrim to make the sun less harsh.
Right.
But they're not lighting it. They're letting the sun do its job. And it looks like $100 million movie, which it was,
There you go.
Yeah. But yet you give that to a lot of indie filmmakers, and they're just going to have to relight it. Like, this is definitely not the same level, but I used to work for a company producing their internal training videos, right? And they had in their headquarters at the very bottom 2 model stores. Okay? And when I took over for the person who did it before me for like 17 years, the people working on it, the gaffers, they would come in and they would turn off all the overhead lights. And then they would spend an hour and a half setting up lights to recreate the light that was already in there. And I'm like, we are wasting so much time and money. So then I brought my buddy in, and I'm like, how would we light this? I'm like, well, we've got all the light above us. We got the floor that's kicking it back up. How about we take a softbox over here and, give us a nice key, because we're getting the fill. And we were able to light the scenes in 10 minutes, and they look better. And boom, we just saved an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of idiots working on movie sets, and I said it, and I don't really care. And I've been on sets, and there's been.
That's not saying lighting's bad. It's not saying lighting's bad.
No, of course not. Yeah. I'm just saying it's the operators of
it's what you're trying to achieve.
Yes. What are give the people some all-time movies that fit into the box of things that we're talking about. Give them a letterbox 4.
Man. Okay, so let's go with action first.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Bloodsport. Most of these are canon movies, I think.
Sure. And I'll give them Cobra.
Oh, that's perfect trash cinema. Now for let's go sci-fi. Man, I'm going to go Masters of the Universe.
Ooh, can I have Time Cop?
Does Time Cop fit in? Because the budget's real high on
I know. That's why I asked. I did ask.
I would go with Cyborg over Time Cop. I think Time Cop's a little too. That's the area where you start to get into B movies with A-list budgets.
Agreed.
And that's where we are now, and that's kind of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's throw in. I'm going to say Wild Things as your kind of tawdry trash.
Okay. I don't think it's on the same level, but I'm going to go tawdry in a different way, and I'm going to go Pink Flamingo.
Okay, that totally fits. That totally fits. Now we need horror, and there are so many. Woo. There's so many. But I don't know, man. Because part of me wants to say something like Slumber Party Massacre.
Okay.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we've got to get you to stop drinking. Because I remember the last episode, I was having to constantly mute it and the smacks. We got to get you to stop drinking. We got to get you a straw or something.
Boo, fine. I'll straw it up next time. I got a straw in it. Boy, yeah, because this is the hardest, because this is the quintessential section of this. I mean, yes, canon in general, but I mean, when you're talking about these kind of movies, people often think horror movies. You
could go with Maniac Cop.
I could go with Maniac Cop.
Yeah.
But what about some of the originals? I mean, does Texas Chainsaw Massacre count as one? Does Halloween count as one? I mean, the first one's obviously not anything after that, but
I would say
Friday the 13th.
I would say Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Okay.
Yeah. The first one.
The first one there was real filmmaking.
Yeah. I mean, he made a real film with the second one, but it was more of the stuff that was popular in the 80s. So it's kind of a riff on that, but like that has like the colored lights, the really extreme wide angle kind of stuff, what's his name? Dennis Hopper with a chainsaw.
No, fucking Dennis Hopper with a chainsaw. Jesus Christ, man. I say,
Dennis Hopper has one of my favorite lines in any movie ever. Have you seen George Romero's Land of the Dead?
No.
There's a scene where he's up in this tower and he's smoking. He's like got the cigar or something, and they're talking about zombies, and he goes, "Zombies, man, freak me out." It's just like that's a perfect Dennis Hopper line.
You did a great Nicholson there.
I know. I realized the second I did it, I'm like, "Shit, that was Nicholson."
I found it. Hey man, that was still good though. I'm not gonna lie, that was still a good Nicholson. Oh man,
yeah.
I was still excited. Do you have any? Okay, so Miami Connection was one of the B movies that I saw that everybody goes, "Oh, this is just quintessential." And you know what? That movie sucks, and that is like The Room in the sense that I don't think that real people that were making movies made that.
That's kind of what happened, because the guy who made it was he owned a dojo, right?
Yeah,
he wanted to show off him and his students. A lot of people
brutal.
Like that. Now, I will say, what is it? Hard Ticket to Hawaii is kind of in the same vein, and I would say that is totally trash cinema. Hotline Miami?
No, Miami Connection.
Miami Connection. I was thinking of a video game. I'm sorry. Miami Connection. Also, that's the one that like didn't get finished for like 30 years. Right? Yeah. See, I
it had a lot going against it.
Yeah.
Didn't
now thank you to Alamo for finishing it.
Right. That is cool that you got to do that.
I will say I'm probably about to order. There's a pre-order up for one of my favorite. I guess it'd be a trash movie. It's called The Visitor from 1978.
Oh, I did not know that one. I know The Visitor with my guy from like 2005.
No, this is like John Huston and Lance Hendrickson. Yeah, it's about like God and this girl who's like the rebirth of the Antichrist, and yeah, it's great.
Richard Jenkins stars in The Visitor. When Professor Walter Vail travels from New York for a lecture, he is stunned to find illegal immigrants living in his apartment.
Okay.
So it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
A little bit different. That's trash movies. We love trash movies. We'll always talk about trash movies. Just know up front, season 10, that's what we're about, you know? We love everything.
Is The Rip trash, or is it a B movie? Where would you put The Rip?
Here we go.
Which I haven't watched yet, and I really want to because it looks interesting.
7 stars, first of all, right off the top. Also, fuck you, Netflix, and I'll tell you why in a second. But 7 stars, nonetheless, for The Rip. It was perfectly crafted man movie right there. Affleck and Damon together are beautiful. They make magic together. Stephen Yu is he's always good. He's always so freaking good.
I mean, he's so good that when they finally, spoilers, got rid of him off The Walking Dead, they went. The Walking Dead went from a show that outperformed the Oscars. It was getting more viewers than the Oscars, and it got more viewers than what was it? The World Series. It would air against these things, and it would get more viewers, which is insanity. And it went from that to are people still going to watch? Because they loved him so much.
Yeah, never seen an episode of that show, but I do love Bernthal. The Rip. So directed by Joe Carnahan, one of my favorite all-time man movie directors. I think he's up there with Walter Hill. I think he's just one of the greats. Almost every movie that he's made is at least interesting, intriguing, and fun. Smoking Aces, a blast. His first movie, Narc, which they talked a lot about that movie when they were making this movie, is really, really good. Busta Rhymes, maybe his best performance in a movie right there. I couldn't get enough of this movie. I've tried really hard not to watch it again since Friday, since I watched it the first time. I'm so excited to go watch it again.
Not a lot of streaming movies I've done that with, but there's one that like I've gone back to revisit several times, and you're going to give me so much crap. Was it the War for Tomorrow or Tomorrow War?
Oh, yes, I'm familiar with that. I got through about 10 minutes of that.
Like, I watched it, and I'm like, wait, this looks really good. Like, this is a perfect summer blockbuster. Why didn't this go to theaters? Like, if it had gone to theaters, like, things would have been different. Like, I love that movie.
The other movie of Netflix's that I'll rewatch is called Triple Frontier, and also another wonderful man movie that Ben Affleck is in. So Joe Carnahan, he always has a very, very strong perspective, which is not the case all the time with directors. He's had some problems over the years getting movies made because people don't always like his opinions on things, and he has some things to say about Hollywood, always has. He's worked with Mel Gibson post the situation. So, he feels that some things can be ignored.
Yeah.
I mean, Hollywood has already brought Mel Gibson back, so I get that.
They've tried, and I think that what he's doing right now is probably the smartest thing, which is going to make another Jesus movie. And
everybody's going to love him.
Well, a particular demographic is going to absolutely love it, and that's going to be where he kind of lives. It seems to be the pipeline for a lot of people lately.
It's an interesting turn, but you know what? I'll still take that over Kirk Cameron movies. Oh, what's up? I'm throwing flames today. Fuck you with your shitty movies.
I would love to meet a person who just like passionately defends his body of work. Like,
I can tell you somebody.
Get it.
You can come on down to Kaufman, Texas with me, my friend, and I guarantee you I can find one because I still know church people out there. Shout out to the Hawkins. Love you guys. Miss you guys.
If anyone can defend his movies except for Fireproof, because that was the one that kind of broke through and got some mainstream. But if anyone defends the other stuff,
why am I wasting time talking about Kirk Cameron when I can be talking more about the Rip? Let me tell you, the action sequence, the first shootout action sequence has this color spectrum that he's utilizing while the bullets are going off and stuff.
Does it happen in 5 minutes?
No, it does not. No. We're about 45 minutes in, I think.
Well, you know what I'm talking about, right?
No. What are you talking about?
My favorite thing about the Rip, because I haven't seen it, is the press that they've been doing. And they were on, I think it was Joe Rogan, and they were talking about how, Netflix asks for a big action set piece in the first 5 minutes to hook people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem with movies these days. Everything that Netflix decides usually is kind of wrong. You tell people which camera to use, I think that's crappy. I think that's stupid. You tell people that they have to repeat the storyline 3 or 4 times, also something that Ben Affleck said in the interviews, in the stories because people are stupid. That's true. I get you on that one. That one I understand because people don't pay attention and they need it repeated. But I hate it.
Can we give him... Okay, can we celebrate him for a minute and Damon for talking so much crap about how Netflix has ruined things while they're on a press tour for it's out on Netflix? Like, that's king level stuff right there. Like, he's like, man, Netflix is just making stuff really stupid. So anyway, our movie, which is out on Netflix.
On Netflix, yeah. That's how I felt when I was cursing Netflix right before I pressed play on that movie. I'm going to tell you.
I'm going to have to go to someone's house to watch it because I have canceled Netflix. I've been a member with Netflix since 2004.
Since DVD days.
Yep. And I have canceled because I'm done. Like, I'm putting my money into physical media.
I thought you were going to say pennies or something. I wonder if...
like Gremlins 2. We're advising all of our clients to put all their money into canned food and shotgun.
That's right. I was there for 2000. I remember that. So since you haven't seen The Rip, I want to talk more about Joe Carnahan than I do about the movie. Go see The Rip, honestly. No matter what I'm about to say about Netflix for the next 20 minutes, still go see The Rip. Or download it or stream it from someplace that's not them. I don't know, whatever you want to do. He is the king, again, of man movies because he does stuff like Smoking Aces, but he also does smaller movies that I really, really enjoyed. Stretch was a movie. It starred Jason Patrick, I believe his name. Nope, that was the guy from Narc. It stars, hold on, I'm hitting the button now. It stars that guy that I'm always, Patrick Wilson. It stars Patrick Wilson as a down on his luck fellow. Patrick Wilson I have strange feelings about because he does a lot of horror movies. Am I right on that?
All the horror movies, yeah.
And rom-coms, and he's always just the smartiest guy.
And he's shown up for 2 of those Aquaman movies.
That's true too. Yep,
he is making a meal out of the scenery, and I love it. Like, he's like my favorite thing about it because he's kind of like Gina Gershon in Showgirls, where it's like, I know why I'm here. You know why I'm here. I'm gonna have the best time ever.
Let's do it. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's
wonderful. Am I in a $200 million movie where there's an octopus playing drums? You bet I am.
Yep. An Aquaman wearing jeans. You know what? I'm never going to get over that. And I know it's a stupid thing, but that was just the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Second on the call sheet for Stretch, Ed Helms, by the way. Ed Helms was second on the call sheet for that movie.
Can we talk about his best movie as a director?
His best movie as a director is going to be The Gray.
Yes,
starring Liam Neeson.
100%. Slept on. Everyone. It's one of those movies where it's like everyone who sees it is like, this is the greatest, and everyone else is like, what are you talking about?
Saw it in the theater with 3 people. The plane crash alone just still haunts me to this day. And then once they get out in the cold, I was for a reason in the theater for the rest of that movie. It is.
How do you interpret the ending?
Oh man, well, gosh, that's a tough one. Am I feeling American today? Because if I feel American today, Liam Neeson killed 50 fucking wolves after the screen went black. That's what Liam Neeson did. He taken them out. But You know, I mean, it was a doomed mission from the start. Like, I feel like that was inevitable.
I feel like even if he gets killed, that wolf ain't leaving either.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, like that wolf's gonna die too. So like, if he went down, he's taking the wolf with him.
Yeah, a little bit of nature over us sometimes. I felt like
now I see why you like this director so much. Because
boss level. Talk to me.
Because of the movie he did right before The Gray.
I had time blocked out for the A-Team, but if you want to dive in the A-Team right now, first of all, the second best TV remake of a movie remake of a TV show, I think ever. Ooh, I said it.
No,
I declared it.
No.
Boom, put it on the table. It was so wonderful.
No.
Rampage Jackson as crazy as B.A. Baracus.
What would you put above it?
Mission Impossible.
No. Sorry.
Okay. I'm listening because I just said that off the top of my head. So go ahead.
Okay, because my thing is they need to be kind of like the show. You go too far away from the style of the show, and to me, it's not the same thing. I think the best one has to be
the Brady Bunch.
No, I'd say
the Hillbillies, Beverly Hillbillies. What you going to say?
That's up there. That's up there. In a lot of ways, I think it's actually better than the show. I would put Brady Bunch up there. I'm going to say, because there's so many of them in the 90s. There's so many.
Yep.
I'm going to say Addams Family.
Okay.
Addams Family. And it's funny that we never got a good Munsters one.
Ow, shots fired.
Oh, come on. Me saying that the Munsters movie wasn't great is not groundbreaking. Like,
what a mess. What's the worst?
Is it the Munsters?
It might be.
It might be.
Just be. Yeah, the 80s, man, the 90s, they just were just blasting them all out there.
How did they not do the Gilligan's Island one either? Hell, they did the Avengers with Ray Fiennes. Yep. And was it Thurman?
Yep, you are correct.